This week on My Classic Car, we'll make our way out to Stowe, Vermont for the British invasion. The Brits are coming in from far and wide to take over the quaint little town of Stowe. This invasion's been going on for years and there's no sign of surrender yet. Plus, we'll check out some custom touches to upgrade your Mustang. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning into My Classic Car. I'm a certified car nut. Well, this week we're in Stowe, Vermont for the British invasion. This is one of the largest all-British shows in the country, but it's the only one nestled in the beautiful Green Mountains. Man, what a place for a car show. The event's in its 19th year. It draws several hundred cars, all of the British persuasion, and people keep coming back year after year. But all you have to do is hang around here for a little while and you can easily see why. So let's get around and check out some of this cool British iron in this very cool setting. So Michael, 19th year for the British invasion?
Yep, it's been 19 long years from a very, very small beginning of a couple hundred cars to what's now become the largest all-British car show on the East Coast with over 600 cars a year here.
600 cars, and
600.
And folks coming. I've seen plates from all over here. I saw a Florida plate here.
Yep, we have people from Florida, we've had people from Hawaii, we have people from Nova Scotia. We're not that far from Canada, so you've noticed a lot of French-speaking people.
A lot of French-speaking, a lot of Canadians.
A lot of unusual cars from Canada that come down, so it's pretty good. Nova Scotia, people come from all over for this.
Well, you guys do a lot of different things too. I mean, first of all, Stowe is a great destination. I mean, how can you not like coming to Stowe? But then all weekend, you do all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah. We start with a backroads driving tour on Thursday. There's a really great block party on Friday night put on by the town where we close off the main street just for British cars, have a British Mania, British tribute band, Beatles type tribute band that plays. People love that. And then Saturday, of course, is the big day here. That's the Concours d'Elegance, our judge competition.
And then Sunday you do some other fun stuff?
Sunday we get up and we do a back roads run up over the notch, the Smuggler's Notch, which is a very up over the top of the mountain and down the other side, 70-minute run. And we come back with a fun day.
It's a big time. The whole weekend's a big time.
A big time, a lot of fun.
We're in a pretty big time vehicle here. This is a
big time vehicle.
This is a legitimate British vehicle here.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly what you would call a concourse car.
but it looks like we could do some serious, or at least rabbit hunting. What do you say?
Yeah,
did they leave the keys? Let's fire
yeah,
this
they
baby
did.
up. Let's
the keys are here. I'm not sure if I can start it long, but you know, you never know.
We're out of here.
Yeah.
Well, Malcolm, this is a great looking little car. It's a 1932 MG J1.
J1, yes. Part of the J series that were made by MG in 1932 and 1933.
You know what I mean, I love everything about this car, but what drew me in to begin with was this hood on it. It cracks me up. It looks like a mosquito. And I thought that's got to be kind of a joke. I mean, but that's real.
No joke. Those hood ornaments were given out by MG dealers in the early 30s. And that isn't a legitimate midge or a mosquito, as you might call it over here, but it's just a beautiful Art Deco style design.
It's fantastic. Now, I love what's going on in the interior. There's so many interesting things here. The first thing that sticks out to me is that floating gear shift, the cantilevered gear shift. It's not attached to the floor, and then it just hangs out there.
It's honesty in its pure form.
But you still have the beautiful wood dash, even in 32, an elegant looking wood dash and very simple gauges.
Yes.
But boy, you know, it's a little car, yet it has a back seat. I mean, it's a kind of a 4-passenger. You better have 2 small passengers back there, but no tail lights.
There is one little taillight.
Well, I guess that's it.
And that's all you got.
Well, Malcolm, I absolutely love the car, but I bet it's got a wee tiny little engine in it.
It does have a wee tiny little engine in it.
Let's have a look at it.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that's cute. I mean,
850 cc's.
850, 4-cylinder, right?
4-cylinder.
So they got to be about like that big around.
Something like that.
Yeah, and
overhead cam, yes.
Tiny little carbs.
Yes.
The other thing that I just noticed is, I mean, here's the firewall. The firewall's forward of where it is in most cars, because I mean, here's your gas pedal. I'm looking at the interior.
That's the way that it was.
Isn't that bizarre?
That's the way that it was. They hung all the miscellaneous stuff right off the higher firewall, and you keep your feet warm, this way, something or other.
Close it back up. That is a gorgeous little engine. I mean, all around, Malcolm, this is just a fabulous little car.
Thank you.
It's fabulous. A 1932 MG J1.
J1, that's correct.
First one I've ever seen.
Good.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
bringing
much,
it out,
Dennis.
Malcolm.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Right.
The Midge.
The Midge.
Coming up, we'll check out some interesting British iron. But first, we'll look at some custom touches for Mustangs in the Egge Speed Shop.
My Classic Car is brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance.
Well, hey, I'm in the shop today with my good buddy Rick Schmidt from National Parts Depot. How you doing, Rick?
I'm doing great, Dennis.
Looks like the subject today is Mustang love. Mustang love.
Yeah, you know, I always bring out this concourse correct,
You do. You're such a
exact
stock
reproduction.
guy.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of folks like to personalize their machines.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And who am I to deny them the opportunity
Indeed.
to personalize their machines?
I think you should help them.
So we've got a bunch of stuff here that kind of fits that resto-mod-ish custom category, and it's mostly dress-up items. I'm not rolling out suspension kits or rack and pinion or brake kits. This is all the stuff that that is far more affordable to get into, just to dress up and customize
And personalize, yeah.
your Mustang to suit you. And we've got such a wide variety of this kind of stuff that everybody, again, thinks of National Parts Depot, maybe partially my fault, as being where you go for your concourse correct hardware and bolts and all the stuff to do a Mustang right back to stock. But we cover all angles. Our catalog has everything you might want to need. We don't discriminate. We've got it all. And this is just a small selection of an immense amount of categories of stuff that we do have in our catalog.
Well, wild stuff here. Of course, you know, the LED kits, those are very popular these days. And,
Yes.
and actually, even from a safety standpoint, those are so much brighter
Yes,
than
yeah,
standard.
and people want to be seen, especially in the dark, because the last thing you want to do is get cracked up in the back of your Mustang. I just brought a sampling here, the 65.6 and the 71 through 73 LED conversion kits, but we've got them for all years of first-gen Mustang, 65 through 73, and we've actually got choices. You can pay a little more and have a higher density of the LEDs in your system. So there's a lot of choices there.
What's this? This is an LED kit?
This is a trick little thing we have now. This is just one setup for 65.6 Mustang, but we've got conversion kits now with little LED bulbs to replace your dash bulbs for all of your instruments on your dashboard and let them light up brighter. And that's a really cool new item that we just got in this year for converting your dash.
Really trick bezels there? Two different options?
Yep, two different options. These happen to be for 65.6. We've got these satin chrome, which I think really looks sharp. And
but
also
this billet looks pretty cool
billet
too.
aluminum too. Yes. So either one, they work in conjunction with the stock lenses.
Well,
So no problems there.
as long as we're doing billet and Allen head screws there, these would go awfully nice with that.
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
aren't these gas caps nice? And
I saw that. I thought that was going to be a plastic cap. That's another
no,
billet aluminum.
They're billet aluminum, and we've got them with. I think I brought the array of each, and it's even got the bail so you could secure it to the car. So it'd take somebody longer than you would hope to try to rip it off from you. But they come in black or in silver. I just brought one of each, but you've got a choice in each one of these, and it's
and
really
it just pops onto a regular opening. So all the Allen heads.
65 all the way through 73 Mustang. It's just going to go right onto your right where your original gas cap.
Tricked you into thinking you did all that work to put the Allen heads in.
Yeah.
A couple nice optional grills here.
Yes, we've got these billet grills, and we've got, this is 65.6. We offer them in two styles, one with obviously more fins than than this one has right here, and those are very popular.
I've been seeing these at shows, and these are such slick hinges.
Yes,
I mean, you talk about cleaning up the engine bay. These
are works of art, and they're very, very sturdy, well built. We've got those for 65 all the way through 1970 Mustangs, and they come with these little gas shock absorbers that go in with them. So
it's such a clean look.
Yeah, clean look. No more of the springs. No more of the springs not wanting to hold your hood up, and it's a nice custom look, very high-end item right there.
Yeah. And then of course all sorts of badging.
There's a lot of remotoring going on, and so we've got all the badges that you would need. This is just a small selection of them, but these for like 67, 68 Mustangs, if you're putting in a 351, which never originally came in those cars, or a modern roller 302, the 5046, which is starting to see more and more of the modular
And these are set
engines.
to go into the
into the stock holes on a 60.
Or you can badge it with double stick.
Yeah,
huh?
you can badge it with these more late model emblems here, the 5-liter high performance and 351 performance badges. Whatever engine you're dreaming of putting in the car, hopefully we've got a trick little factory looking emblem to show people, to tell people what you've got under the hood.
Man, this really is some sweet stuff. And I know you're a stock guy, but personalization, customization, a lot of folks are into it.
A lot of folks are into it, and we're trying to make sure that we have everything that they want in stock.
As you always do.
That's right.
Hey, if you want to learn anything more about some of these great dress-up items for your Stang from National Parts Depot, log on to myclassiccar.com and make your Stang your own.
Absolutely.
For classic performance products, cruise over to the Speed Shop Mall at eggespeedshop.com.
Next, we'll get back to the British invasion in Stowe, Vermont. Welcome back to My Classic Car. Stan, this is an absolutely stunning car. This
thank you.
It's a 54 Arnold Bristol.
Yes.
I never even heard of an Arnold Bristol. How many of these did they make?
Altogether 140, and today about 80 to 90 still exist.
Wow, I'm surprised there's that many of them around. Out of how many?
140 total.
That's not bad. So is it an aluminum car? It looks aluminum.
The hood, trunk, and doors are aluminum, and the rest is
steel. I think it's got a really interesting stance.
Yeah.
It seems to, the nose sits up
Sits
awful
up high. Yeah, it's for two reasons. Well, the main reason for that is that it's a tri-carb setup, and the carbs sit very high. And the original body that Bertone had designed for this did not have a hood scoop, so he had to lift the car up about 2 inches in the front and put on a hood scoop to get the carburetors to fit in.
Great interior. These look like the original gauges.
They are the original gauges, yes. And it's got a few interesting things. It's got a remote throttle, because these essentially, are race cars.
Yeah.
So if your gas pedal went, which was not uncommon back then, you could just reach over and pull out your remote throttle.
So it's a little bit of a cruise control.
Yeah.
Now, what powers this baby?
Okay, it's got a 3-liter BS1 Bristol engine. It produces 130 horsepower, and back then that was quite a bit, yeah.
And those are the 3 high-setting
Those are the 3 high-setting carburetors.
Wow. Now the Bristol engine, I mean, that's what was originally in the Aces.
It's the Aces,
before,
correct, yes.
Before Shelby got a hold of them and slept into 260.
The original engine design, it was actually licensed from BMW by Bristol in the late 30s.
Oh, really?
And they continued it, of course, with the war interrupting things, they continued it into the mid-50s.
And it's what'd you say, it's a 2-liter or 3?
3-liter.
3-liter.
3-liter, 130 horsepower.
Close her back up, Stan. It's a gorgeous car. Now, have you been to the British invasion before?
No, this is my first time here.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep,
no kidding.
first
What do you
time.
think?
That's wonderful. I love British cars.
And what a place to
I
have
know.
this. I mean,
Location's
Stowe,
great,
Vermont.
and the weather's starting to cooperate too. So.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, great car. That's definitely the only one here.
Here.
Thanks
Right.
so much.
Thank you
for
very
bringing
much,
it up.
Dennis.
54 Arnold Bristol. Wow. Need parts for your classic? Then check out this week's Classic Car Marketplace.
Need parts for your F-Series truck, Bronco, Classic Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle El Camino Malibu, or Firebird? Then get your free catalog from National Parts Depot, the nation's fastest restoration parts supplier. Call 888-893-FAST now for your free catalog, or visit nationalpartsdepot.com. Whether you want the classic look and feel of a bias ply tire or the updated performance of a radial, Coker Tire has the right tire for your collector car. From brass era to modern muscle, Coker covers them all and includes a wide selection of wheels for countless makes and models. As a bonus, Coker offers free mount and balance and nitrogen inflation when you purchase a tire and wheel combo. For superior chrome plating, call Paul's Chrome Plating. They'll go that extra mile to achieve flawless show quality results on all your chrome parts. Paul specializes in chrome plating pot metal as well as steel, aluminum, and plastic parts. Try Paul's Chrome Plating today for all your chroming needs. Call 800-245-8679 or visit us online at paulschrome.com.
Still ahead, we'll check out plenty more British classics from Stowe, Vermont. Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Steve, these are really nice cars. I see them every once in a while. They always catch my eye. This is a Daimler SP250, right?
Yes, sir.
1962.
62.
62. Now, one of the things that was neat about this car is I mean, this is a fiberglass car, right?
Completely fiberglass steel chassis.
Now, did you restore this?
Yes.
Was it
Yep.
in rough shape when you got
It was restored in the early 90s by a truck driver to truck driver standards.
Well, you know, this is an interesting body. I mean, it's a little bit Flash Gordon almost. You know, it's a little bit space age. Give you that illusion of
Fins and-
speed even when
exactly,
it's sitting still.
exactly. The fins like the Sunbeams had.
Yeah, you get to the back, and if you look at it dead from the back, it does
A lot
look
of
like
people think it's a
they-
Sunbeam
Yeah, it looks like a
Alpine, yeah.
Sunbeam. And then but you see the D in there. Oh, it must be. Must be something else. But okay, so it's gonna have a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder engine in straight six. Something like
V8 Hemi.
a V8 Hemi.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
serious?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's have a look at that.
Okay. And there she is.
That is a Hemi.
Absolutely.
I can't believe that. What's the displacement?
2.5 liters, 156 cubes.
Well, I mean, that's a tiny little V8.
Yes, sir. 3-inch bore, 2 3/4 stroke.
And were you saying that shares that piston?
BSA Motorcycles. A guy named Edward Turner was the engineer that designed this. From BSA, it shares a piston with a 650 BSA.
That is amazing. Wow, she's just an absolutely beautiful car. And is it fairly fast?
Yeah, I've only gone 100 so far, but that's fast enough for me. Yeah, exactly.
Does it have the brakes to?
4-wheel disc Erling.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Another strange thing for an early sports car to have.
Well, man, this is a great car, Steve.
I appreciate it.
Daimler SP250.
SP250.
Glad you brought it up.
Thank you, Dan.
That got a Hemi in it?
Yes, it does. It's got a Hemi.
Well, Peter, these Lotus 7s are insane cars. This is kind of a Lotus 7.
Yeah, it's
Kind of not. But you created this car.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the story. Tell me the story of this car.
my dad and I had done a 73 MGB for my mom, I don't know, probably a year and a half, 2 years before this, and it kind of got me into the British car theme, and I kind of wanted to have my own thing, and I had a friend that kind of tipped me off on this. He had a VIN number from a wrecked one, and he had a book that went along with it, how to build a sports car for under 250 British pounds. And from
Good book.
Yeah. And from that, we got a base for the frame design. We built it to fit a 1275.
So
motor
I mean, you
out of
built
it.
the frame too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
frame, the whole 9 yards. In the shop, so when we had that 1275 motor in it, I had a local guy in town that had a Jensen Healy that was stuck under the eaves at his house that he'd chopped apart. And
Who chops up a Jensen Healy?
he was gonna build a hill climb car out of it.
Who
And it
builds a
was-
hill climb car of a Jensen Healy?
It was supposed to. It never made the hill climb, so it got left under the eaves. The motor was seized on top of everything once we got it home.
Oh my gosh.
But we went back through and chopped the frame apart to fit that motor under it. That was all probably within the first year, and then it kind of got stuffed in the corner, and we went off to college, and that all happened. And then over the years, I pulled it back out with a little bit more knowledge and a couple more friends that had some technology. We were able to build the front suspension for it. We got the car on the road 2 springs ago.
So this thing, what does this weigh?
It's 1175.
And I mean, the frame, the suspension, you stole the engine out of a Jensen Healy wreck. You did all this interiors?
Yep, the interior work.
fabrication and everything?
Was all done by us in-house.
Wow, now she seems a little, wider than a Lotus 7?
It's a lot wider. It's got the rear end that was in that Jensen Healy, which
Okay.
has a limited slip in it. It was one of the rare ones that somehow we get hung up with a limited slip. It's got a 5-speed gearbox. It's a get rag that also came out of that Jensen Healy with a custom-built drive shaft in between.
Nice job, man.
Thank you.
Lotus 7 sorta.
Yeah, sorta.
Sorta. Stay close. We'll scope out some more cool rides at the British Invasion in Stowe, Vermont.
Brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance and by U-Coat It, the official floor coating of the Egge Speed Shop.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Dale, these are funky little cars. This is a 73 Lotus Europa.
Correct. Yeah.
These are odd little cars, and this is one of these love it or hate it cars. I've always really liked them because they're just so different. And I remember a friend of mine in college had one of these, and I thought it was the wildest machine ever. But it's an interesting car in a lot of ways. It's a fiberglass car, right?
Correct. Yep. It is.
Now, when did they make these? They made them from when to when?
The mid '60s to the mid '70s.
Now, this was basically Lotus's first mid-engine car, wasn't it?
That's their attempt at mid-engine. Yes,
Yeah?
the first one, right?
Well, it's got such a wild look. I mean, you get up front, and
Yep.
okay, that looks British. I mean,
Yes.
It looks British enough. Mm-hmm. But then as you go farther back, it just gets more and more different. By the time you get, about to the middle of the car and you look
Correct.
back, you go, I'm not sure what that looks like.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just a really different look. Can I open the door?
Sure,
I
go
think it's
ahead.
the only
Yeah,
way
go
to
ahead.
look at the interior, right?
Yep, it's a long ways down, okay?
Holy cow.
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's pretty fancy, really, for a little sports car. It's not the black dash. I mean, you got almost a Jag look going there with the burl walnut.
Yeah, they did some nice appointments on this car. They started doing it on the later British cars.
Yeah, it is, and it is down there.
Yes, it is.
And then, of course, the engine's back here.
That's correct, yep.
Boy, and it is. It's mid-engine. It's way up here.
Right.
So what? This isn't even what a Europa would normally have, though, is it?
It's a twin cam engine, which is what Europa would have this year. But it's been beefed up a little bit. Okay, the original engine was about a 1.6 liter. This is up to 1.8 liters. Okay, and it was built in England by Vegatune, which is a racing engine builder, and puts out probably 180 horsepower versus 110 on the stock one.
In a car that weighs
1,400 pounds.
Ooh, that's gotta
So
be a
it's
lot of
a
fun.
nice power to weight ratio, yeah.
How is it, with that much power and that little weight, how is it to drive?
Like a go-kart.
Really? Really?
Yeah, it's very, you point it, it goes.
Does it stick?
It does stick. It sticks very well. It's like on rails.
Yeah,
Except that if you use the throttle, you can turn the car right around.
yeah. So you better mean it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Not much for rear visibility. You want everybody to be, you know, you're going to be out in front of everybody.
You don't look
anyway.
back. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Well, these are wild, and I tell you, it's a very cool car, Dale. Europa, Lotus
Thank you
Europa,
very much. Yep.
special,
Special, correct.
very special.
All right. Thank you very much.
Oh man, we had a blast at the British Invasion here in Stowe, Vermont. There are some unbelievable cars at this event, and you can't beat the setting. You really ought to check this one out. Next week, we'll travel to Ocala, Florida for a look at a couple 70s Fords. The 73 Gran Torino and the 71 T-Bird really capture that unique 70s look. Plus, we'll check out a rubber install on a 67 Chevy pickup. So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring.
Attention, My Classic Car fans. Go online now to check out our latest selection of DVDs. Just can't get enough MCC? Don't miss a single show. Get all 26 episodes from the 2010 season in one DVD set.